because YouTube's being glitchy, obviously. So I'm going to record it at the same time as I live stream. So on unauthorized.tv, you will have the uninterrupted version of these streams. When you're watching live stream, it will go in and out. But anyway, so yeah, there's a very large market for non-satanic comedy. And yeah, I sold 1,100 tickets in a day. Those of you that little slow on math, that's $22,000 worth of tickets in one day. Now, before we trigger the envious gammas, no, I do not make that. Just my insurance alone is $8,000. So understand that we're shooting this all. That's why I love Vox, because he's like me in the sense that he doesn't think short term. He doesn't go for the nickels. We're taking the money that we're making on the tour and we're shooting a documentary with a full crew and a new special. So if anybody ever says, oh, I couldn't book Owen Benjamin because he doesn't sell tickets, I sell more tickets than most of the people on Netflix. FYI. So thank you all for getting tickets, but if you want to go to Indiana, there's only 40 left after a day. So hugepianist.com, get them now. Idaho's looking good. Portland's almost sold out. Ohio's almost sold out. It's going much better than we even anticipated. I didn't think it was going to sell like this, but I guess the people are sick of having comedy, just having someone talk down to them about how bad they are without any comedy. And the Dave Chappelle situation was a blessing, just an absolute blessing. I want to see if Guidance and Bear sent the clip I asked him to. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 1 second. So every single thing I've been accused of, Chappelle did. Listen, yeah, listen. Here's him saying a word. Ready? Yeah, so that's a pejorative about homosexuals. He also used a pejorative around black people. And he also mocked the LGBT. And everything that I've been accused of, he did. And he also used one of my jokes, which is fine. It couldn't have worked out better. Because the entire narrative is now been destroyed against me. And I'll show you. Meet Chad. Chad's been going around calling all the venues to try and get me canceled. He's been saying he's from CNN. He's not. I'm pretty sure that's a felony. Good morning. I want to make our community aware of this act coming up next month at the Hobart Theater for a comedian, Owen Benjamin, who happens to be a bigot, racist, intolerant homophobe. He's also an alt-right Proud Boy Holocaust denier. I don't deny the Holocaust. 9 homosexuals who died in a rollerblading accident. Or it could have been 1 billion. I'm a supplier. He's please help me in getting his act canceled. The wonderful owners of their theater has no idea of this guy's disgusting act. There isn't one thing that I've ever said. And by the way, my new special that I'm taping, my new act, is the cleanest I've ever done. I'm not even going to do... I'm going to go back to what I always enjoyed talking about, which is family, men and women being different. I will be making fun of NASA. But nothing I say... Dave Chappelle didn't just say. Years after I did, obviously, but do you understand that's a shield? He just ran cover for me. So thank you, Chappelle. Because the only difference between me and Dave Chappelle is he's black and I'm white. Well, so he gets to say certain words that you can't. Yeah, but unless he's been sucking dicks that I'm not aware of, I don't think he can use the hard F. So it couldn't have worked out better for me. So feel free to let Chad Walters know that, what he's being is racist because he's saying a black man can say something that I can't. And if you guys don't think it works, the great Roosh V tweeted, New Jersey Library cancels dry clean story time because locals complained. Resistance is that easy. Just push back. Say no. So many people, so many of these little weasels like Chad here are in for a very rude awakening. No violence, no threats, No doxing. Don't attack anyone's families. Nothing. Just simply say no. No is the real N-word. No. Every one of the venues has already been tested and is passed. The show is going. It's so heartwarming to see Indiana, Ohio, Idaho. These people have been called by the Chads, and they've said, no, we let everyone speak here. And what do? There's nothing they can do, and we all know where this leads. These Chads would never in a million years go after a post-op trans person who is a registered sex offender reading to your children. Chad would never call that racist, bigot, homophobe. It's over for these people. It's over. And they don't know it yet. And the way to fight it, don't let the beast wake up the beast. Our people, what do we want out of life? We want families. We want faith. We want genuine friendship. We want prosperity. We want an honest job. We want our kids to respect us, and we want to guide our kids. We don't want what these people have. And that's why the beast won't awaken the beast. We don't want to fight them in the streets. We don't want to be in charge of one of their disgusting political control mechanisms or one of these cartels. I don't want that. You don't want that. All we want to do with me is laugh. And that's going to be our saving grace. Because we don't want what they have, the beast. So we can thrive if we do that. If we focus on, we're going there to just understand what you want. We want the truth, exactly. You want to be able to go with your wife or husband or girlfriend or boyfriend or friends or coworkers. You want to go to a show and laugh. That's it. And so that's what I want to do, is to go to your city and tell jokes and make you feel good and make you laugh. If we stay in that zone, which we will, because we are gaining just an incredible amount of influence now. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. It's very important to not want anything that the beast has to offer. Take no tickets. We don't want to condemn demographics of people. We don't want to start violence. We don't want to gain power. I'm a comedian, and you're a fan of comedy, and that's what we want. We want joy and laughter. We want gratitude. We want faith. We want truth. We want the ability to say what we think, right or wrong, and that's it. And if you stay on that path, we will survive, and we will thrive. We will thrive. I'm back on the main channel. They didn't take down my channel. You know, it's some things take time. They were trying to take down my channel, but they didn't, because you got to expose your jaw for them to hit it. All right. That is mightier than the sword. No, it isn't. You've never seen anyone get stabbed by a sword. The sword is much mightier. Explain our influence, BB. Great for morale. Well, I mean, Dave Chappelle used one of my jokes. That's a huge compliment to the bear community. You know, there's people that watch the stream that are in positions of influence, and the tide is turning. Like, here's I'll get to this in a second, but where is it? Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? That's not added. We're not going to get credit, but I don't want credit. Like, my friend, allegedly, Luis J. Gomez, said, every comedian should all be thanking Dave Chappelle for taking the chances he takes. It's opening the door for us to create more freely. I thought edgy comedy was dying. We need more big comedians that don't give a F word. Okay. Luis, where was the support for me while I was doing it? And I'm bigger than Chappelle. I'm 6'8". I'm 24 Rogans. He's 21 Rogans. Oh, you mean more approved by the beast? Come on. Luis J. Gomez. Because the thing about Puerto Ricans is they don't steal your bike. They break into your home and steal your stereo. They'll do a hard B&E because they enjoy prison. They do. They require a lot of structure in their lives. So how about we need more comedians to support other comedians that have been doing that work for years now? Lewis. Still like Lewis. But that's the total bitch move. He gave no credit to the guy who wrote the jokes that Chappelle is getting credit for. This guy. And I'm honored. Chappelle ran better cover than anything I could have ever imagined. Because there's no way to shut down the tour now without just basically saying Owen can't say it because he's white. And this is waking people up. It's waking people up in a very, very quick way. You know, and embarrassments like Rex Jones. Right? Alex Jones' Jewish son, right? He said, "Oh, if Benjamin needs medication, the man is completely insane." And then a legend jumps in. At least he's not a shill like most people with a platform. And Rex Jones, shill equals apparently anyone who doesn't think that the evil G's are the only problem the world has and that Hitler was actually a nice guy. You really said this. Jesus, is this really where we are? It's weird he says Jesus. Doesn't he feel at all bad about... never mind. There are evil G's. Just like there are evil whites, blacks, Asians, okay? But there's no grand plan. Okay, just analyze this for 1 second. If he believes I think Hitler was a quote-unquote nice guy, okay, he's not a valid person. Yeah, I know he's 17, so I'm going to be very nice. I've learned my lesson with David Hogg, where if you have someone under 18, giving them any sort of criticism can lead to a lot of problems. So Alex Jones is using his 17-year-old son, who should be protected from this type of interaction, as some sort of proxy warrior, so he can sell boner pills. Look at what he admits in this. Jewish Rex Jones knows that I don't think Hitler was a very nice guy. He admits that he doesn't see Jews as white. They're racist. There are evil Jews, just like there are evil whites. That's interesting, Rex. I thought Judaism was a religion. So they're not white? Ew, you need medication. They're just, this doesn't work anymore. Okay, he got 187 likes, probably all by Joe Rogan and Alex Jones's accounts. When they were done having sweaty sex behind a dumpster, his father and Joe Rogan, the dough, they just made sure they liked it. 103 responses. That's called getting ratioed. That means no one agrees. He's saying that I need to be drugged. Little Rexy, when you're 18, we can really escalate the situation because I don't take kindly to people that tell me I need drugs, especially people whose father are sweaty sodomites. My mind a timeout. You're not, but now you're banned for life. My mind a timeout. I forget. I already missed it. Is Rex Jones also a cookie monster? Yes. BB, you break the programming and make it impossible to watch the dumpster pumping shills anymore. Thank you for that. Anytime. Rex Jones equal to Alex's prehistoric grandfather. He invented the ice. Yeah, I was just texting me. Oh, my buddy's trying to help me with something. Email me with any joke ideas. What do you want me to make fun of? And don't just say Jews. I'm not going to go after the Jews this special, except for one joke that we're going to talk about today. But I'm going after grab wars. The beauty of grab wars is it can be anybody. It's not specifying Jews because it's anyone who grabs. Grab. Yes, a lot of them happen to be part of according to Rex, a racial tribe. But Christians can be grabbers. Atheists are big-time grabbers. Muslim grabbers. There's all kinds of grabbers. Even those Buddhists can be little grabbers. Yes, a lot of grabbers happen to be from this one tribe. And by the way, they're just to show you guys something. So here's a picture of I think that might be Rex's cousin. Looks a lot like. Listen, this is all I'm saying is 4 out of 5 people couldn't tell the difference between the Dark Crystal bad guys and the guy on the left. I'm not going to specify anything about the guy on the left. He's just a guy on the left. Have you heard about Bill Burr's upcoming special on Netflix? I don't care at all. I only addressed the Chappelle issue because about 1,000 people emailed it to me saying, Chappelle just did your special word for word. And I said, really? That's all right. And I just kept going and going, so I addressed it. Thank you for reposting the meme I sent you on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but if I did, thank Heisenberg, who will be on the tour. HugePianist.com for tickets. Indiana will probably be sold out by the time the stream is over. Idaho, Ohio, and Portland, Oregon. Bill Burr rimmed Sumner Redstone fact. Yes. Burr's a dumb sellout. Yes, he is. He's an absolute chill sellout. He's very weak. Oh, and Chappelle's abortion joke is actually better than I thought. I actually sat down and listened to it. He was like, he was tricking women. It's actually kind of genius. He was like, you open the door to their evil. I know, they subvert. But he goes, I mean, it's not good because he still said that women have the right to have abortions, but I get what he was doing. He was showing the hypocrisy of it, which is what a comedian's job is to do. Above any agenda, a comedian's job is just to point out hypocrisy in plain sight and make people laugh. So he said, he's like, a woman has the right to choose. And he's trapping all these dumb women to be like, yes, I can kill my baby. And he's like, if you don't have a vagina, man, you don't have the right to weigh in on it. And everybody's like, yes, put that one in the house. He doesn't have to work in the field anymore. Yes. And then he's like, and it's only fair that if that happens, we don't have to pay. If you decide to keep it, because that's our choice. My money, my choice. Because if that were really true, that actually might help end abortion. I don't know. Because it's female tyranny. That they get to kill the man's baby, but if they want the baby, they force the man to pay for the baby. And that's all he's saying. And that's brilliant. It's a brilliant point. It's point counterpoint, saying my money, my choice. And I'm getting this because he's Muslim, so there's no way he's pro-abortion. There's no way. You can't be a Muslim and be pro-abortion. I don't know. Maybe you can. All right, Norm is a genius. Yeah, Norm is a genius. If they can kill, then we can just abandon. Right, that's the joke. And he's not. I could tell. I hadn't watched that bit yet, but people told me what he was saying, and then I finally watch it, and I finally understand what he's saying, and it's brilliant. He's saying, if you get to murder, I get to abandon, and that torpedoes the abortion narrative, which is all we're trying to do here. Because they don't care about the life of babies. They'll murder your baby. They'll start wars. They don't care about life. They're in a religion of death. That's why the argument against abortion with people that are pro-abortion doesn't work at all. When you're like, it's a baby, they're like, can we eat it? Like, they're terrible people. Terrible. So a way to threaten them is to say, well, then it's my money, my choice. And they go, no, sir, but that wakes people up. And that's amazing. Satanic religions greenlight abortion. Yeah, they do. So the only way to really threaten them is with money, because all they care about is money and death and sodomy. You can't be a lukewarm Muslim. No. Back on the main channel, nice. Yeah, I figured just to show the people we're still here. And the funny thing is, there's only 1,900 people here right now, because I don't think people were prepared. I think they were so used to the other channel they forgot about this one. But it's all about movement. That's why Genghis Khan was such a powerful military leader, is because he could move faster than the enemy, because they had horses. And that was a technological just shot to the neck. That they could just move and move and move and move, If you could just move a little bit, because I know that the demons are gathering, ready to try and take down old Owen Benjamin live. They're sending out emails. They're taking out Craigslist posts, paying $15 an hour for all these bots to just start being like, he's insane. Oh my God, he's insane. Well, I just moved channels again. Haha. Did you delete your other channel? No, I don't delete channels. I take down all the videos so that they can't use anything as their, because it takes time. The fourth dimension, ladies and gentlemen. You have the 2 dimensions, and then you have the 3rd dimension of the cube, and then time. People forget about old 4th dimension. You did the old switcheroo with channels. Yeah. What's the other channel called? Owen Benjamin Live. That's where I've been for the last 2 weeks. 3 weeks. So now they have to we gotta go to this channel, and then we have to get enough people to complain and red flag it to get it taken down in a strike. Well, it's gonna be on private before you can do that. Oops. Owen's base 2 feet on the ground. Thank you. Why on earth could anyone not want to experience bringing life in this world? The best 2 days of my life was when my daughter and son were born, and every day after. Because they're evil. You don't delete them though, right? Just having them unlisted so you could bring them back one day? Yes. Private, not even unlisted. Private, unlisted makes them still vulnerable. Because I got to strike it my Owen Benjamin Live channel. Because I was just making them unlisted. It's got to be private. And no, they're all right here in the channel. All the videos. All the proof. And you just have to fight tactically. You have to fight tactically. You know, we're in a cultural war. Quiet weapons for silent wars, guys. And it's like, Alex Jones is using his son as a proxy warrior. That's so disturbing. I mean, what a terrible, terrible father. You would never, ever, ever see one of my children, especially pre-18, going on a Jew rant on Twitter. The irony is he's doing a Jewish rant. Not me. Not me. I don't even care about Jews. I care about crimes. And I'll get to the joke soon. It's the Grab War Football League. We were riffing about it on Instagram last night, and it makes me laugh so hard. So again, can you tell the difference between, these 2 people? I can't. You know, it's a good test. This is a good test to see just how well you can visually discern details. Because some people can't tell the difference. I'm one of those people. Other people, their eye is so trained that they can see the difference. I can't. Like, to me, it looks like it's the same exact picture, and it's just doubled. One has a towel on. That's a good point, Joseph Bear. I gotta remember that one has a towel. All right. Sophie, my dog, is healthy. So she had what we thought was just a cyst, but you know, we're pretty protective of the doggies. And so we went to get it removed. Turned out to be cancer. It was hard and spreading. So, and she had a heart murmur. So the vet was like, "Should we still put her under?" And I asked the bears. Everybody was like, "Yeah, knife her." Just kidding. No, the right move was to get rid of the mass, which I'm so glad we did because it was cancer for sure. And so it's totally survivable if you catch it early. And she also got a bunch of her teeth taken out because when we got her, she was a pound dog. She already had horrible teeth. But so now, as you can see, she was still like a little day. She was still under like some form of, she was coming out of anesthesia, so her tongue is just kind of sticking out of her mouth. But Sophie is good, and she is in great spirits. She always is. She's just such a lover. So thanks everybody for the kind words and prayers for our little doggy Sophie. And she's a champion. But yeah, cancer's beatable. You call me, her babies are precious. Well, I mean, they're not babies, so they're not our kids, but they are incredibly important. I'm very attached to all our dogs. I mean, George is sleeping right at my feet right now. How long before grab word becomes a G word? Never, because it's perfect. Because if someone says that grab word is anti-Semitic, they're saying that only Jews grabble and grab, which is not true, by the way, and would be anti-Semitic in itself. If you just think of the logic behind that the person claiming that would be the anti-Semite. That's like saying you're cheap and someone saying that's anti-Semitic. It's like, what? It's like, if you call someone cheap, that means that you're against Jews. It's like, no, not. I know Presbyterians are very cheap as well. It's like, no, just Jews are cheap. You understand the logic? Grabbler is perfect, and so is Babbler. Because although it is, you know, Crowder's the ultimate Grabbler. Nah, Ben Shapiro is. Crowder is Grabbler adjacent. But he's a greedy little bastard. BB, what gardens are you in? 8. Get barn cats, can be outdoor only and control the rodents. We have 4 and it helps. Oh yeah, we're looking into that because we do have some pests. And that isn't anti-Semitic, I just said we have pests. You owe it to your animals to take the best care of them. Exactly, Hot Rod Bear. I mean, when we had our flock of chickens all got the sniffles, we nursed them all back into health. We only lost 1. Remember that whole ordeal we had? And people were saying that we should just kill off the flock and start again. We quarantined the sick ones, got them all antibiotics, nursed them all back down. They all are saved. The beast is terrified of truth, make him cry, baby. Yes, he can't fight the truth. The beast fights the beast. So don't ever become. I'm not doing beast horns, by the way. I do this. I'm a piano player. Right? My fingers do stuff like this. I've had people say that to me where they're like, "Oh, look, he just did a sign. He just did a sign for the beast." No, I do this. I play piano sometimes in the back of my mind while I'm talking. And if you don't understand that, it's not. You don't need to. Ask the local SPCA if they have any feral cats. They make the best barn cats. Yeah, I don't like cats, but I like what they can do outdoors. Not all Jews are pests. Right. Oh, I know. That's why if you start getting upset about pests, if I'm like, oh, I just had to kill a weasel, and someone's like, hey, crime, I'm like, not all Jews are weasels. You know, I'm not the one making these claims. It's these grabblers. Like, Chad's a grabbler. Chad doesn't look Jewish to me. Chad is a grabbler. Isn't he, Chad? He's a baby boomer grabbler. He literally said, bigot, racist, homophobe. Intolerant? Yes, I'm very intolerant, Chad. I'm very intolerant. I'm intolerant of stuff like this. Saying intolerant is some sort of pejorative is mind-blowing. It's like, are you intolerant of me sodomizing you? Yes. I'm intolerant of coyotes because I have goats and alpacas. That's why Idaho and Indiana are so awesome. Man, I have 2 theaters that didn't cuck. This is mind-blowing stuff, guys. It's been years. Years. It's been years since I've had to keep theaters in secret. You know? Now, the fact that I got to put up their locations, they got the grabbler calls, and they didn't cuck, it inspires me. You know, people tell me that I inspire them. I get inspired all the time by people. Chad is giving us Chad's a bad name. Chad is a terrible name already. Everybody that I know who sucks are all named Chad. Balls. Like, okay, I'll help you guys with rhetoric, because that's my specialty. Who in your life would have to die from gun violence in order for you to care about gun control? Oh. By the way, that sounds like a veiled threat, obviously. But just respond with the truth. Be like, well, I've had somebody die that didn't have to die if they just had a gun. You understand that this works in the other direction? That how many people have to die by being in gun-free zones just being picked off by criminals for you to care about gun control and to be against gun control? And they're like, oh, well, and then they just run back into the sewer. And no, that isn't anti-Semitic. The character I just created doesn't have to be Jewish just because he lives in a sewer. No, there's at least one Chad I know that I like. I'm not going to say who, but he's a very prominent man. He's one of the moderators. Who wants to be saved by gun silence? Yeah, it's like, how many people have to die by criminals for people to understand that they should protect themselves? Jews love sewer stench stuff. Dude, they're all... No, I'm not going to say all. I'm following terms and conditions and guidelines of YouTube. A lot of them are really into attachments because they like the smell of sewers. And that's not as big. That's a fact. That's a porn industry. It's all run, not all, but it's mostly run by a certain group of people that love the stench of shit. But, I mean, listen, I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't get me attacked by all these groups and stuff, but like, that's just the truth. How many, Kate Steinley's killer is a free man, she might be able to get a gun. Absolutely no gun laws. None? No gun laws. Who gets to decide what mental illness is? Rex Jones? Rex Jones thinks I need medication and I'm completely insane. Does that mean I shouldn't have guns, Rex? I'm a model citizen for non-psychopaths. I'm out of a household. I'm very successful in a time and career that is almost impossible. My friends like me. My family likes me. Nothing about me is insane. So this dude, this little graboid, this little gun graboid, so when people say, oh, we have to get rid of guns from mentally unstable people, this graboid would consider that me. That's why mentally unstable, okay, this is who I don't think should have guns. People that have committed violent felonies. Yes, feel free to take their guns. Feel free to take the guns of a man who's used a gun in a crime. Fine. There has to be objective reasoning. You can't just say mentally unstable, mental illness. Want to know who has a lot of mental illness? Veterans of foreign wars, of the Grabber Wars. They come home, they seek treatment for PTSD. Does that mean they shouldn't get a gun to protect themselves? Because they have a moral injury in their mind because they were fighting the Grabber Wars so that you could make another $1 million. Rex, your little fat dad, your fat short dad, your sweaty meatball fuck-faced dad. Grabber Wars! What if they were framed for the crime? I don't know. That's why the justice system has to work on some level. Cause I don't know, man. It's not my specialty. Let's just move on. You can say you're not allowed to have a gun if you've used a gun in a violent crime. I'd be on board with that. Other than that, there's nothing. Suicidal? Fine. A lot of people have been suicidal before. I'm very fortunate that isn't a demon of mine. But I know people that have been very suicidal, and they should not. Just because they're open about it and talk about it doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to own a gun. Just name them. Gun grabbing grabbers are so dangerous. Oh, I know. Ask Ukraine. Why did I block Adam Green? Because he's annoying. That's it. I don't care. Moving on. Don't care. Don't care about Mike Cernovich. Don't care about Adam Green. I find that to me just seems like another dramatic script. All right, let's continue. This is funny. This is just one scene from my home, Rex. So, George is looking at Walter like, dude, this is kind of my gig. And Walter's like, can I bark with you? And he's like, I mean, you can, but this is kind of what makes me feel like I have a place in this house. And Walter's like, I want to fly with you, George. I want to protect the house. He's like, all right, bark away, boy. He's like, thanks, big guy. Okay, that's just a scene from my house every day. A scene from Rex Jones's house is just his dad screaming and crying and probably sweating and watching tranny porn. Like, Rex's father watches tranny porn so much that he even does in the studio right before he's going on air. Caught red-handed. And I'm the one who's insane? His dad can't get off unless there's a woman with a penis. And then I'm the one, yeah. Alex Jones is such a horrible father. Please tell him I said that. Horrible. He raised these grabber little kids. Grabbers, too, by the way. Full-blown grabbers on the mom's side. No, Your Honor, we need to stop blaming the masses for responsibility of the few. Yes, absolutely. You're getting milked. And the milkers are at the very top. And they just want you to just bitch. Forever cool with Dave Smith. Yeah, I love Dave Smith. As long as Dave Smith addresses the Chappelle situation. Like I just texted him about this morning. Anyway, Jones is a drunk. Yeah, he's a drunk pervert. Sodomized. Literally.
Out.
Oh, that's great. Someone made this. I already forgot who made it, but whoever made it, please. You're doing great, kid. Owen Benjamin full tour. That's a picture from my 8th grade dance when me and the toughest kid in school got into a fist fight, and then we became friends after we both got suspended, and then we became friends until he ended up going to prison. But that's so funny. I wanted to dance. We got in a fist fight. I knew he wanted to fight me, and everyone told me to not go, but I couldn't bitch out. I've been like this my whole life, guys. There's no, when people are like, you get it. If someone checks me, I have to do it. Even if I knew I was going to lose. I knew I was going to lose. There was no chance. This dude, Adam, I didn't witness it, but not that long before, he beat a guy almost to death with a tire iron. And this other little grabbler, Joe Salazzo was his name, little grabbler. Italian grabbler, see? He started beating, he was like going to Adam like, Owen thinks you're a pussy. And then he come to me and be like, Kyler's gonna kill you. And so then I started acting weird to Kyler. And so Kyler took that as like, oh, so why would Owen do that? Like, I'd fuck Owen up. Everyone knows that. And so Adam said I'm going to fight him at the dance, and I had to go. I had to fight him. And he just, wham, wham, just started beating on my face. I got pretty messed up, but then I went into the dance. That's why we got suspended, because I still went into the dance because I wanted to, even though I was covered in blood. Throwing seems risky. It's the least risky. I'm not going to tell you details about it, but trust me, it's just pure gravy in Portland. Like, we have Portland people that, own city blocks, and it's legendary. Go, love on this gun control stuff, yeah. Oh, and I know that this is going in and out. Even though that oddly never happens at the Daily Wire. So then me and him became friends. So I go into the dance covered in blood, and then they grabble me, and they suspended both of us. And while we were suspended, we became friends. And we threw Joe Salazzo down the well. Throw the grappler down the well. It was the media. Joe Salazzo was the media in that situation. And then me and Kyler became friends, and we threw him down we didn't really throw him down the well, but metaphorically, throw the grappler down the well, You guys, how about Vegas? Dude, I'm doing Vegas. And I think I'm also going to be doing a little bit of Texas. I'll keep you guys updated, we'll get there when we get there. Can't wait to see you in Idaho. Same, truth lover. Just do space jokes. I'm going to do a lot of space jokes. I think I'm going to write, if any of you guys have breakup songs, ask us. It's going to start off like very romancy. That's alright. Was I in 8th grade? 21 Rogans? 21 Rogans at least. A few of my best friends through fist fights. Weird how that works. Yeah, it is weird how that works. There's something very bonding about it when it's honest. Which is why you should never just beat the shit out of somebody. Fight, but when someone's down, don't just start kicking them in the face and stuff, because then you won't become friends. If they live. Like, that's how you start blood feuds and shit. If you fight in a respectful manner, you can become very good friends with the people you fight with. And that's why I don't mind checking back people like Adam Green and shit. It's a male thing to do. If someone wants to be annoying, I'll check back. It's like, what will be, but I'm gonna be male the whole fucking time. I'm not just gonna be like, I'm gonna avoid conflict, so I love your hair, Adam. It's so not fucking gay. Oh, apparently Rex. I feel sad for Rex. Man, it's like, can someone please help Rex Jones? Can someone please help Rex Jones? I just got some intel. His mind is just being poisoned. You know? Apparently he could be a good kid. I just got some inside info about Rex Jones, but his mind is becoming just poisoned by some of these